One of the reasons why the people did not believe Ezekiel was that the false prophets were declaring an alternate future. And that was a preferred future. Now Ezekiel confronted these false prophets and false prophetesses.
O Israel, your prophets have been like foxes among ruins. You have not gone up into the breaches, nor did you build the wall around the house of Israel, to stand in the battle on the day of the Lord.
The false prophets did nothing practical to help. Instead, they were like foxes among ruins. Foxes take advantage of ruins by making homes in the crevices. Similarly, the false prophets were taking advantage of the situation. The people were worried and afraid, and desperate to hear a comforting message. So the false prophets told the people what they wanted to hear. Unlike Ezekiel, who received his prophecies from the Lord, these false prophets prophesied from their own inspiration or own hearts. This means that they are inventing these prophecies in their own mind. They were speaking lies when they made these prophecies. They used the same prophetic formula, the Lord declares, to introduce their prophecies. But it is not the Lord who have spoken these prophecies. They hope that by saying so, it will lend authority and authenticity to their prophecies. The source of their prophecies is their own mind. Yet they expected God to fulfill their prophecies. They were self-deceived. The false prophets were declaring a vision of peace, a favorable outcome. But it is a false outcome. Not only did the false prophets deceive the people with a prophecy of peace, they also plastered the people's flimsy walls of false confidence with whitewash.
The people said, Jerusalem is the city of God.
Yes. Moreover, the temple of God is in Jerusalem, and God is here with us. Jerusalem is unconquerable.
The people said, we have an alliance with Egypt.
Yes. Furthermore, Egypt is powerful and will come to our aid. Babylon will be defeated and you are coming home. Thus over these flimsy walls, the prophets reinforced the people's false confidence with whitewash. The whitewashing by the prophets prevented the people from seeing how flimsy were their beliefs. Underneath those whitewashed lies, the truth remains unchanged. Judgment is deserving and inevitable.
So tell those who plaster the wall over with whitewash, that it will fall. A flooding rain will come. And you, O hailstones, will fall. And a violent wind will break out. Behold, when the wall has fallen, will you not be asked, where is the plaster with which you plastered it? Ezekiel 13 verses 11 to 12.
The Lord uses the images of a flooding rain, hailstones, and a violent wind to represent the Babylonian invaders.
So my hand will be against the prophets. They will have no place in the council of my people, nor will they be written down in the register of the house of Israel, nor will they enter the land of Israel, that you may know that I am the Lord God.
The false prophets will lose their citizenship in Israel, and they will be denied re-entry into the land after their exile. In other words, they will be completely removed from God's people. Next, Ezekiel exposed the false prophetesses. They practiced divination and were more like sorceresses. Divination is the practice of seeking knowledge of the future or the unknown by supernatural means. Like the false prophets, These women were probably taking advantage of the crisis situation for their own gains, charging a handful of grain and fragments of bread as payment. At this time, there was probably food rationing in Jerusalem. Their prophecies were lies. The women were selling wristbands and head veils for those they prophesied over. Apparently, these magic bands and veils worked. We are not told how these work, but they seem to be able to entrap people. Were they using demonic power to trap and control people? Nevertheless, the Lord is powerful and is able to deliver the people from their hands.
The Lord said, because you disheartened the righteous with falsehood, when I did not cause him grief. But you have encouraged the wicked not to turn from his wicked way, and preserve his life. Therefore, you women will no longer see false visions or practice divination. And I will deliver my people out of your hand. Thus you will know that I am the Lord. Ezekiel 13 verses 22 to 23. In Ezekiel 13 verse 2, the false prophets were sharing messages from their own imagination. Though these messages would bring comfort and cheer to the people, they were not from God.
Examine how you encourage others. Are you giving false hope?